When I pull up, it's her. I'm just a it girl. I just rock big pearls. Who that girl? Sit on that wet. Who that? With the baddest on the net. Who that? Network going south. Who that? Booty shaking on the west. Who that? Sit on that wet. Who that? With the baddest on the net. Who that? Network going south. Who that? Booty shaking on the west. Who that? Who that girl? I'm a big boss with a big chain. Got my own money. Damn, she fine. Popping like glass. What's her name? All the way to the top. Pop on the scene. I'm lit like lean. Princess Diamonds, baby, I'm a queen. He want me to tap in, but I'm busy stacking. He think he a player, but I know he mackin'. My best friend Rich, she own a yacht. When we on vacation, spend a lot. Seafood, caviar, pop. Yeah, I see you, but I'm way too hot. Sit on that wet. Who that? With the baddest on the net. Who that? Network going south. Who that? Booty shaking on the west. Who that? Sit on that wet. Who that? With the baddest on the net. Who that? Network going south. Who that? Booty shaking on the west. Who that? Make it rain. Everybody know my name. When I pull up, I'm famous. Make it shake fast like a train. When I'm on, I'm dangerous. When I walk in, they like who that? Pulled up with a big bag, real fat. When I'm dropping in the Hellcat, no, I ain't gonna stop till I'm on the map. Just did my hair, look at my fit. Look in the mirror, I'm that chick. Like ice cream, I got the drip. Yeah, we gonna party like a girl's trip. Sit on that wet. Who that? With the baddest on the net. Who that? Network going south. Who that? Booty shaking on the west. Who that? Sit on that wet. Who that? With the baddest on the net. Who that? Network going south. Who that? Booty shaking on the west. Who that?
Hello everybody! I'm currently waiting to get into game. Everybody is in the lobby, everybody's ready. Es handelt sich nur noch Sekunden. Should only be a few more seconds until now. And I was hoping to jump straight into the action. But yeah, we are waiting a bit. Wait, who's the culprit? Culprit who? Cast Kanji is ready. Cast me, I'm ready. Yeah, I wrote ready. I'm not the culprit. I think we are the culprit, guys. I think we aren't ready yet. And as soon as I say it, we can jump into the draft. And I prepared something, I think. Wait, I don't know how it will look, but whatever.
What's up, homies? Welcome back to the desk. What he said that what I was lied to. That what oh,
it's the one with the red, like the gym. Yeah, do you not see the gym?
That was cheeky.
Sneaky.
Very confusing though. We are getting ready for Astralis versus.
In that sense, what's up, homies? It is it is Foxnyr versus Kanji. Today we are in the draft. Thank you so much for the prime to basically yourself, Moxie, by the way. Yeah, I thought if I'm solo casting today, I might as well have the two goats with me so I can, I don't know, tag them and tell them we had a solo cast or something, a duo trio cast, or but in a solo cast. And you know, we are not the only confused ones today. The two goat casters are also a bit confused. And honestly, today we are playing against Kanji. They have been looking pretty darn good through the season so far. They have only dropped a single game against the Whales. They went 2-0 against Esports. They went 2-0 against Void. So honestly, if we can just take one game, or maybe even two, that would be a huge success today. But yeah, Kanji currently 5-1 in Group 3.3. And we are currently 2-6, had this really unlucky 2-0 loss last time. I'm certain we could have taken a game from the Whales, Whale Power Humpbacks as well. But here we are today, you know, we gotta prove against the very best that we can take some games. So here we are, and honestly, I like the first pick already. It is going to be a Skarner, and as you know, I'm a huge Skarner believer. I still think this champion... Again, okay, get this straight. I will say this always. Audio is okay, yeah. So, Skarner, I don't think he's Omega broken, super busted, holy cow, what? But I think if you play against him, you need to basically pick every single character around him, if that makes a bit of sense, right? You can't just pick a jungler that you felt like picking. You need to pick a jungler that is good into Skarner. You can't just pick the lanes that you felt like picking. Like, okay, look at this. Like, Zyra Ashe is decent into Skarner, and it's a good pick itself. But if you just you know, if you pick Skarner, you kind of warp the entire draft around it. Does that make sense? You cannot just play an immobile bot lane. Kinda, you need some form of CC or mobility or something. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick whatever I feel like, right? I'm gonna pick Jinx or something, and no support around it, and then yeah, have fun getting spam ganged through walls against Skarner. Okay, enough Skarner fanboying. First of all, hello everybody in the chat. Or wait, in other words, wait, can I no, okay. I will find out how to do this.
What's up, homies? Welcome back to the desk.
What's up, homies? That's what I'm talking about. What is up, my homies? Rocker Farm, Looking Freedom, Moxie, Paranoid, biggest Sakura fanboy or fangirl, or... Great to have you all here. Yes, I am desperately only working with that one clip. It is what I'm doing. Don't judge. Don't judge me, okay? I'm a big fan. I'm also a fan of both drafts so far, by the way, you know, to actually talk about the game a bit more. The Zyra looking, and again Zyra Ashe, it's decent into Skarner, right? You can pick it. It's really good at engaging, at honestly, I feel like if you did not pick the Leona, you could have maybe keep it open as a, yeah, kinda pseudo flex, you know, it's like, you know, I would have maybe thought about an Ashe Zyra bot lane because they have some synergy. But at the same time, they just went with the Leona, so no engaged supports get banned away, and they can get the engaged support. That, of course, also scales really well with the Ashe pick, so that's great. Oh, now we have a Shen as well. Interesting. Okay, that is the answer into the Ornn. We banned Ignore away. So Elonius was like, yo guys, you know, this Ignore guy, I don't want to lane against him. What if we just throw him out the window, or, you know, out the ban window? And now the Shen will be the answer. It's an interesting one. That is a really good lane, I think, for the Shen, right? Like, both are known tank busters, but I think Shen can play it the way he wants to. But I might be totally wrong. Now, also talking about playing the way we want. Ziggs could be in bot lane, Corki could be in bot lane, or both could be in mid lane. So this is one of those flex picks where you can just go wherever you feel like going. Now, obviously, again, on paper, the Zyra could go into mid lane, could go into the support role, in theory, but yeah, it's kind of already obvious to me that Zyra should be the jungler, even if picked that early. And now Kanji is thinking about what mid lane they should pick. They are hovering a few things. Now, of course, a Katarina would be omega hype. And it would even kind of work. You know, just assassinate the opponents that you want to kill. And it will be the Azir. They saw Corki and they thought to themselves, hold up. No, they didn't even think anything. It was basically the ape meme, right? It was basically neuron detection, activation, whatever. Corki, we need to go Azir. We need to build a wall out of sand soldiers and pick the Azir. But now, quite frankly, while the draft from Kanji looks a bit wild, a bit more wild at first. Anybody been playing Monster Hunter Wilds? Maybe? No? Okay. Cool. I'm a Lance main, by the way. Just wanted to throw that out there. Now, like, our draft looks a bit more standard. As I'm saying this, we have a 6 bot lane. So, not really. But on the other hand, we have a Zyra jungle. And Zyra jungle into Skarner, that works, right? To me, the standard answer would have been the Wukong, because it's open, and that's what most people just pick into Skarner nowadays. He does kind of the same thing. He's good at battling the Skarner. He can jump over walls. I love all the Sakura fans in the chat, by the way. Big heart goes out to you. Just shows me that the support players are always the real star of the team. That is now officially canon. The support players is where it's at. But yeah, Sakura will definitely play an important role in this game because the main engage is in Sakura's hands. Sometimes Elanius can look for something, but there will be a lot of important split-second decisions from Sakura there. Jumping in, or maybe self-peeling, or maybe peeling your Ziggs, your Corki, maybe following up with the Skarner, with the Ornn, maybe engaging yourself, then jumping into the backline, you know. All those kinds of plays can be vital, and it is especially vital because Kanji has those engage and disengage tools with Zyra, Shen, Azir, Ashe, Leona. So if you look at this comp, it's a ton of crowd control, like legit multiple tons. With Zyra you have the root, of course the ult is just basically disengage or follow up engage. Yeah, it is the very definition of a big disengage ultimate. But it's also really good for turning. And then talking about turning, you have Shen, you have Azir, you have Ashe. So much CC. But then at the same time you look at our comp. And while that is certainly what I was talking about, like first picking Skarner means the enemy team has to wrap their entire draft around it. I think Kanji did a good job. Honestly, with the Zyra and all that disengage, but still a lot of engage if needed. A lot of follow-up if needed. Looks pretty good. So, just looking at both comps in a vacuum, I feel like both comps were good. Now, in this game, to me it's kinda even, because Ziggs and Corki, they are just DPS monsters. And I don't know who really outscales this game. It's a super tough one to answer if you are asking me. I think it all comes down to execution. Maybe, you know, if I was a proper Omega 5 head big brain analyst, I could tell you to some pointers. But honestly, this one will come down to execution. This one will come down to, oh, we hit level 6, what are we going to do? Can we find a roam somewhere? Can we find an engage somewhere? Can we find a lead? Anything. Somewhere. And if one team finds it in the early game, they will look like the favorite for the first few minutes. And then if they can extend the lead, if they can ride it home, then great, that's the game in the bag. But both teams have so much CC and so much range. And also a lot of wave clear, right? Like, looking at range, a lot of range basically means a lot of wave clear as well, right? A lot of catch potential. Like, with a Skarner, with an Ornn, with a Rakan, you can always catch somebody like the Zyra that's really squishy in the jungle. So if Leona and Shen are not with Zyra, then she needs to use her resources, aka the plants and cooldowns and mana, to properly face check the jungle, and that could be a tough one, right? If suddenly Skarner comes through a wall or flashes in your face and impales you and draws you away, then even your ult can probably not really help. So yeah, lots of tools, lots of stuff in this game that can go right or wrong. I just want to jump into the game, but of course we will have to wait for that pesky loading screen to finish up. And as I say it, yeah, we are heading into game. So guys, jump in with me onto the Rift. That is where we are going. Right now, it is game number 1. We are in group 3.3 in the Spring Split 24-25 in the Prime League. It is Foxnyr on the blue side. It is Kanji on the red side. And let's go through it real quick. We have Alanis, Fiji, Skimia, Omen, and Sakura on the blue side for Foxnyr. And on the red side for Kanji, we have Kluey, Zwickel, Giannis, Buko, and Henkindu, a name that we know just well too well, right? But here we are. Gold is dead even. And where are the junglers starting? Both junglers deciding to start in the top side. Of course, starting solo, because if you need a leash in 2025, the game is a bit weird. And again, I'm super happy with the hype in the chat. Now also, quite frankly, ooh, important bomb there to check the vision, right? That's what it looks like for us, so yeah, we still have to play around the Leona in the bush. No, it's not 2010 anymore. It's not the Garen in the bush we play around. It's about Henkindu we play around. But yeah, in the early game, everybody should be looking to just chill a little bit. And as I say it, Elon is getting engaged. And that's what I mean, right? Kluey has a ton of base damage on the Shen. So just lane prio wise, yeah, top and mid lane is suffering a little bit. But that's not really too much of something we have to worry about. That is just a-okay. It will not be what will win or lose us the game. So far, Ilanis. Ooh, he is taking a ton of damage. Like, Freak would be proud if he was there to see the top lane damages that are being dealt by this Shen. Maybe he goes Triforce, who knows. Now, mid lane is the big question mark for me. Like the huge question mark. Even okay, hold up a second. Sakura could be in danger. Zwickel could also be in danger because there is a Scorpion and there's also Omen to follow it up, but he's only level 2. Fiji does not have the damage, and Henkindu dealing a ton of damage as well with the Leona. That's just how it works. And yeah, that's how top lane has to look like. Look at this trade now. If the taunt doesn't connect, then this is what the trades will look like. And meanwhile also Skimia having a good mid lane phase so far. So both junglers also, whatever they are doing, really important. Because the lanes are really close. They're really solid use by Kluis, the W as well, to block the passive proc. And yeah, at the same time, Zwickel on level 4. Oh man, this top lane could become so close. I don't want to watch, guys. I'm honest. It's too much for my nerves already again. Always so scary when you could suddenly die. Because yeah, both those top laners are tank shredders, don't forget. And Elanius has been bleeding and had to give away a bit of early game pressure here to the Shen. But yeah, don't forget Shen was the counter pick into the Ornn, and I also kind of predicted this matchup to, of course, be good for the Shen. Because if it's not a good matchup, why would you pick it, right? Now at the same time, we are still waiting for First Blood to be taken. Was not done this game so far. Yeah, both mid laners had a reset using teleport, so laning doesn't really matter too much. The gold lead that you're currently seeing is mostly because of the farm lead in top lane. And yeah, that's pretty much it, as you can see in the gold graph down there. Now, Dragon is currently being taken, and I don't know if you want to contest that. Because I also don't know if Chloe is going to hit level 6 soon. On the next wave. But even then, we will just give it up. And I think that is a proper call, because just scaling wise, giving away some kills there is not worth it. Compared to just letting them take it and chilling back into the proper lane assignments, taking some resources ourselves meanwhile. So yeah. All fine, all good. And can do helping out in mid lane to shove a little bit. You know, talking about fine and good, yep. That is also a damn fine move whenever you do that. Okay, knock up is being found from Sakura. Oh, Twickle's so low. And that's the thing with a oh, hold up. Ah, Elanis, he's bleeding. And he wants to return the favor and the trades, because the next... But like, don't forget, Chloe does not really get an ultimate for the lane. You know, and you're probably feeling like, oh yeah, that's great, right? But at the same time, Shen is just that strong. Like, the taunt can't connect here. That's just the way Shen is balanced, right? At the same time, I still like Ornn into Shen, because if Shen walks away and tries to ult somewhere, then Elanis can answer it with his own ult if needed, right? Oh, Henkendu will be forced away. Oh, Chloe. Oh, really good stuff there. Really a good cancel. That is important to mostly get right. Ooh, Skimia, almost no mana, but still enough to almost kill Giannis. He was almost full life, right? Oh, flash for flash. And this is a good one. Giannis so low, but at the same time, Skimia no more mana left. And without any mana, you cannot really deal too much damage. Well, you do have the auto text. Fishy is going to jump right in there. The shield helped a little bit. The arrow! All the way from downtown. Willy to First Blood in the top lane. And Buko was also like, what's up, homies? And he probably tried to help just somewhere on the map. He ended up helping the top lane. What a snipe, what an arrow, ladies and gentlemen. And everybody in chat, we have to give it to Kanji. That was a crazy arrow. It did exactly what it should do. And now, of course, this is unfortunate. It will be annoying for Elanis to deal with, but at the same time, it is still only 0-1. And look at how close everything is. Can we get a kill? No, the flash will be used from Buko to get out of that sticky, explosive situation. Man, this game, even though we only have a single kill, it is quite action-packed, I must say. With those comps, I would have not predicted that. Really important for Fishy. He is a bit behind in the jungle matchup though, because of course, you know, that's just... Yeah, I literally said the jungle matchup because, yeah, that is how the matchup works. But really, a lot you can do there, and that's also why the Zyra is a good answer. into this corner. If you can outfarm him, you will always have a good shot at doing more than this corner player. And again, being ranged also really helps, of course. The arrow will not find its mark this time. Hanzo would not be proud. So now... Oh, this is such a close one. I need to... You guys know me. I need to check the cooldown on this thing. It is 18 on the Spirit's Refugee. But it may... Oh, hold up. We're getting the kill there. No way you get out. But the turret will not find the kill itself. Meanwhile, Zwickle in mid lane. Skimio trying to somehow get away. Both have no flash. Remember, they flashed in an earlier skirmish. And Kindu also hunting for Corki. But there is backup for Foxnyr. Sakura jumping in, finding the CC. And Kindu having flash himself. So he will be able to get out of there. Omen so low. Sakura so low. Zwickle also too low. Sakura can maybe get out of there. The teleport is coming in. Gianni is dashing forward though. Cannot. He can find the kill with another Sand Soldier. And while we're at it, by the way, where's my music? I just realized. Can you hear any music? It's really silent. But oh well. Always had the hype Noxus music. Where did it go? Whenever I'm solo casting, I usually hope that the Noxus music carries a bit when I'm busy drinking or grasping for air. But gasping for air, grasping for league lingo, right? Look at this disrespectful sidestep there. Hinkindu just has to wait till the water bomb explodes. Oh, Cluey. Man, those trades just look unfair. Oh, yep. Getting some damage there, and I like the trades. Or like the lane swap is what we call it. In proper league lingo, right? Like the lane swap because dragon is taken. Was still a dragon for the red side for Kanji. But now, it is all the 6 Void Grubs for us, so it's kind of a win more thing, right? If we win a fight, and you know, maybe that is what happens right now. Good impale, the explosions are dealing so much damage, and Buko no chance of survival there. Beautiful stuff for Foxnyr. Man, what is this hitbox? If I was Alanis, I mean, again, it is the counter pick, it is the Shen into the Ornn, it is, yeah, you know. Meanwhile, mid lane, that is an important one though. Omen jumping away with the satchel will allow Sakura to get away as well. Fiji, there's the disengage with Zwick's ult. Fiji, no impale right now, so he will have to maybe disengage. He is getting really tanky right now with only the belts in the inventory. And you know me. It's Stranglethorns, right? Yep. But it is basically 100 seconds of cooldown. Whew. Does the knock-up duration go up? No, right? It's only the damage and everything. So yeah, I feel like we have the range to play around it, honestly. That was an important fight for me, to actually see how much range we have and how mobile we are. And also Skarner being tanky enough that he doesn't care being isolated for a hot minute. So that fight gave me a lot of hope. I may be caster cursing it as usual, but just looking at that single fight, how it went. You basically saw the Skarner being alone, being isolated. And he was tanky enough against 2 members. Now, of course, in a full-on 5v5 it may look a bit different. But we are yet to face one of those situations. And in the early game, the skirmishes are what is important. Also talking about important things. Getting full items is also pretty good. Right? Ooh, Elon is Wait, is he looking for something there? He has to watch out. Can he find the kill? Cluey use the Spirit's Refugee. And now Skimia will just... Oh, yes, no problem. Take the shot down there. And this was a beautiful kill delivery. Meanwhile, in mid lane, the arrow will be used to not fall prey to Fishy. And he basically did not give a single frick about that. And yeah, now with all those Void Grubs, with all the 6 stacks, we are of course having an easier time split pushing. So it's really good for us, but it's also really good to not give it over to Kanji. While sure, we do not want to give them a Chemtech Soul too soon. The most important thing is to stop the Shen in the split pushing. Right now, Zwickle will be faced with the Impale. He will be shot down, and Kindu also having a lot of damage right up in his face there. And while that is good, while that is of course a victory, at the same time we did not get an objective out of it. The objective spawns in 30 seconds. So grabbing kills is cool and all, and of course grabbing the vision and everything is cool and all. But we need to balance proper resets and taking vision, and it's a tough one. We get the bot lane turret, of course. The satchel will be enough, yes. Oh yeah, really important that we take the teleport onto the mid lane turret. So we are not falling behind in tempo. We need to shove out this mid lane wave. And then we can properly play around the objective area. Hindu will not be smashed into the wall, but will still take a ton of damage once more. Cluey with the Sand United will join right in. Really good, forcing the enemy top laner to join with the ult, so now it is on cooldown. We did trade some resources for that, of course. Oh, Sakura, only level 7 against Hindu, only level 6. That means even though both are really tanky and elusive, they are also just under-leveled so hard that they, are not really that tanky and elusive at all. So much damage from the bombs. Omen with a single item, no Sork boots. Now hold up. The goat is going for the goat move, and a look at the dive. Fishy finding one. Beautiful engage there. Cluey will maybe shut down. No, he will get out, and now we have to play around the range from Giannis, from Zwickle. Zwickle also tanking the dragon. That is a lot of damage, and also the ocean dragon heals are ticking in there. Teleport from Cluey coming in. How can we stop this Shen? He is tanky. Fishy jumping right in, making sure Giannis will not go for a Shurima shuffle there. But it also means we have no more smite capabilities. And thus, if you really think about it, is it worth it to fight about the dragon anymore if we have to kill them all to snatch it away? I don't think so, and that means I agree with the Foxnyr squad there. That was a close one, by the way. That was such a close one. What? I can hear the music once more. Hell yeah. Man, what a fight. But even resources like the teleport from Cluey and his Sand United have been spent. It is still on cooldown. I think it has around 3 minutes, right? Yeah, pretty much. So if we want to go for Herald, now is the time. Giannis and Fishy, they both have the teleport available. But you know what's even better than Herald? The mid lane turret. Honestly, I love it. Like, sending 3 members into mid lane to get that one. Oh, Kindu will get smashed into the wall, will get impaled. We want the kill there, and we will find the kill. Good stuff. So now, even though Shen is nearby, and the Sand United is still on cooldown, by the way. We probably don't know that, but we're thinking to ourselves, hey, we got an important kill. And maybe we know it, maybe we don't, but Zwickle is in the bot side jungle. So with the kill on Leona, there is literally no way they can steal that away. And yet, now we see Zwickle on the ward, so we know even the further movement. Ah, 7-4. And I'm a bit worried about the dragons, because that would be a lot of value. But now, like, we are ahead in gold. And if you check it out on the bottom of your screen, the gold lead is on the important members, right? Jungle is dead even, that's beautiful. Ornn being behind, I mean, sure you would like him being ahead, but if there is one member that is fine with being behind, it has to be Elonis on his signature Ornn, right? And then, the most important one, you look at mid lane, we have a lead. Then you look at bot lane, we have a huge lead. And also a lead on Sakura, why not, right? It's 800 gold. It's good enough. But most importantly, of course, is Ziggs having these 2 items already, so he will burn through the HP bars, literally. Can hover over it real quick with the Torment here. 2% max health magic damage per second for 3 seconds. And then also the Baleful Blaze. That is the good burn build that we're seeing here. One damage number is max health percent damage, and the other number is raw damage. So even if you build a little bit of defense or some max health, you will need a dedicated magic resist item to not just get burned down by Omen here. And also, of course, there is Skimia with 2 items as well. And the fully stacked Muramune already. Muramone? Muramana. Yeah, okay. Man. I'm getting old, guys. But hey, that's just me. The most important thing is for the members of the team not looking old. And so far, Elonis is looking just fine. Oh, he almost interrupted it even. But yeah, as well, 20 minutes, Akatan has spawned. Tough one, right? What are we looking for? Now we start playing the Shen game. As long as we have TP, it's okay-ish. But still, Shen can instantly have impact, right? So, when Elonis wants to join, he has to look, okay, where do I TP to? And then he has to wait, and he can be cancelled by Chloe's taunt. And that's about it, right? So a lot of things you have to consider, play around. And then there's Shen. He can just press R, use the Send United, and even if you get cancelled, you still gave a massive shield, and that means you had impact. Okay, hold up, Elonis is going into mid lane. We know what we want this dragon, no question asked. And we will try to force a fight as fast as possible. Now, that is the playing the Shen game that I mean. If Kanji feels like it, they can just give it up, and they will get the top lane turret. And we had to use teleport. And yeah, basically, Chloe still has Send United and teleport up, right? So even though we get the dragon, which is nice. Ooh, are we getting a kill as well? Nope. It's Vikkel. Slowly burning, but not enough, so... But it's important that we are getting back control of mid lane. So now we have a 5-minute timer. But the Nashor is on 2 minutes. So what Shen wants to do now is either go into top lane and shove out there, or go into bot lane and then play around Nash. Depends on what objective they want to play around. At the same time, we will get a mid lane turret. That is, of course, great. The arrow will not connect. Important. This could have been a great engage. Ooh, look at the skin recall, by the way. Look at him go. Yeah, I'm not too sure if I'm too happy. Because if Shen is even or ahead and he can pressure side lane, the Shen game will start. And we did react great to it, but like we had a really good reaction. But I feel like at one point you run out of resources. Again, we have no teleport on Skimia nor Elonis. So, I don't like the position we're in. We have to keep on going. Yeah, like Fiji maybe thought about flashing in there and impaling, but then Buko and Henkindo, they also just flash. And who will answer? Cluey on top lane. That's the important one. Somebody needs to answer Dishen. It's so hard to play against this, not gonna lie. Shen is one of those champions that I feel like I rarely see. But if I see him and he's well played, then it's so hard. Okay, but yeah, we are going for it. We are doing the exact perfect play. We get the shutdown even. And now Shen is stuck on top lane. And we are basically in a base race. Ilonis wants to port back. But at the same time, Cluey wants to port back. Oh no, Ilonis can still deal some damage. She tries to flash away. Cluey has to flash away as well and will not even be successful in surviving. We are currently successfully playing the Shen game, ladies and gentlemen. We are finding the kill on Henkindo there, unless he finds a good flash angle. Nope, he is so dead. And Zwickle trying to disengage here. But yeah, Fishy will catch up to him, wants to make it quick, so just flashing. Needs one more auto attack, will find it with the smite. And now it could be time to take Otacon, it could be time to take Nash. Whatever we feel like, because Cluey used all the resources. And honestly, I feel like Kanji misplayed this, right? I think they should have just disengaged on bot lane. They have the tools for it. At least I feel like it. And it's the thing, like, when I play top lane, I'm so selfish, right? And I feel like if I take turrets, that's how we win the game. But in the end, yeah, of course, talking about it after the fight is over is always easy. Cluey was sure that, or maybe it was a call from his team, right? The team was like, you have to join. You have to join, no way around it. You need to get in here. But now, with that result, basically Shen used everything. The stand united didn't come through because we got the kill too fast onto Giannis. And I just want to mention, it was the Skarner going through the wall, right? It was Skarner being so dang strong and so mobile on the map. And yeah, Cluey will soon hit level 16, then it will be on a 2-minute cooldown to stand united, and the shield will be even bigger. It will be around 1k. Like, on average. Even higher if the target is really low health, so... But at the same time, man, Corki on free items, Omen on free items. Then we have the upgraded Muramana, we have the upgraded Blackfire Torch. 105 AP. And a ton of ability haste. Oh, meanwhile, the red buff could be annoying here. Because of the perma slow. Hylonius is fighting gracefully though, and Skimia is joining. Hold up, I think Cluey just wanted too much there, because Skimia is here. And even though it is a wet noodle fight when both top laners are fighting, if somebody from our team moves up, wait, you don't tell me, you can't tell me we win this one. We're just overloading on top lane, we cannot win this, but somehow we make it happen! Buko will die in Fiji. He smells blood. He wants more. Giannis using the ult and jumping on to the backline. But this has to be game, right? We could have gone for the dragon, for the Otacon, for everything, but we don't even need to. Bot lane inhib down. Top lane inhib will be down in just a second. And with the 6 Void Grubs, we have so much pushing power. I don't know how we did it. We are surely the underdog in this matchup. And yet here we are winning against Kanji in game number 1. What a game. Man, this was great. This was so good. Holy cow. Guys, we will jump straight into a 5-minute break. And after that, let's see if we can get another one. Because that was a beautiful game by Foxnyr. See you in 5 minutes. Thanks for sticking with us. What a hype match. Let's see if we get some more after this break. Woo! Yee-hoo!
Bass rock, DJ, give me that bass rock, that bass rock, that bass. DJ, give me that bass rock, bass rock, bass rock. DJ, give me that bass rock, that bass rock, that bass. DJ, give me that bass rock, bass rock, bass rock. DJ, give me that bass rock, that bass rock, that bass. DJ, give me that bass rock, bass rock, bass rock. DJ, give me that bass rock, that bass rock, that bass.
I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I said fire to the roof, boy. I might as well do it just a little bigger than. I said fire to the roof, boy. I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I said fire to the roof, boy. I might as well do it just a little bigger than. I said fire to the roof, boy. I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it.
Give me that bass rock, bass rock, bass rock. DJ, give me that bass rock, that bass rock, that bass. DJ, give me that bass rock, bass rock, bass rock. DJ, give me that bass rock, that bass rock, that bass.
I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I said fire to the roof, boy. I might as well do it just a little bigger than. I said fire to the roof, boy. I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I said fire to the roof, boy. I might as well do it just a little bigger than. I said fire to the roof, boy. I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Hold me like you hold me, and if it's over, let's pretend for one more night, for one more night, for one more night. Hold me like you hold me, and if it's over, let's pretend for one more night, for one more night, for one more night. Put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up. Now let me see you put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up.
I might just lose it. I might just have to go stupid. Hey.
Hello, we are back and waiting for an invite into the lobby. It's so easy, guys. Always complain and then you will get a solution. I have been invited and it looks like the lobby is pretty full. Gonna write that I'm ready. I'm gonna write that I wish everybody good luck and have fun in the lobby. And it will be a side swap. Yeah, pretty sure if they are starting like that, then it will be Foxnyr on the red side this time. Which would, well, I think the draft will be changed up anyways. And also, I don't think draft is to blame. Again, I think both drafts were very evenly in power, very even in power, evenly picked. Whew! I hope we can bring another one back. That would be such a statement. If we just won another game. That would be so dope. Well, yeah, I have to wait for the teams to be ready. Because with a side swap, you need to throw the plan you had out the window, of course. And you can do draft prep, you know, as people usually do. But still, after a first game, you get a lot more information. And then with the information, you need to go over the books real quick. Go to the drawing board. The whiteboard, you know. The one that I'm missing in the background somewhere. And write down some new strats. So yeah. We just got the information that Foxnyr needs like 1 more minute. But I get it, honestly. Gotta make sure you are prepared, you get the best draft you can. We are allowed a little break between the games, so why not make it count? Until then, all we can do is wait, maybe throw out some predictions, but I feel like they will be wrong anyways. So might as well just wait and see what they are currently cooking up. Because what they have been cooking was good enough to take a game from the group leader in this Prime League division, or group 3.3. It's a long minute, guys. No, I just talked about... Oh, there we go. We are ready. Okay. Okay, there we go. We will jump right over. And you see the little pig ban thingy unfold. And the first few picks will be interesting. Do we give away the Foxnyr? We do not. And more importantly, with it being a second ban and not a third ban, what are we looking to ban as a third champion? Because it usually would be the Foxnyr. Excuse me. Still a tiny little bit sick. Okay, and a Corgi ban. Yeah, the Corgi was a menace. Corgi was a monster. Excuse me. Real quick there. I get the bans, but... Okay, banning away the Syro so they don't first pick it. Interesting. So instead we will see the Pantheon has been popping up in the jungle for yeah, for a while now. What will our answer be? I mean, I don't even want to throw out predictions. I still say Wukong. Yeah, as I said in the last draft, Wukong is basically the next best jungler if Foxnyr is not open. So Foxnyr agrees with me and I pick it. And Kanji kinda disagrees with me and I pick Pantheon instead. Now again, both those champions can be in many roles. They can be in a top lane, they can be in support even. You can, with the Wukong you can do some amazing Senna shenanigans, yada yada, yep. But most likely they should be in the jungle. Even though, again, I'm a big fan of picking Pantheon into mid lane sometimes, if the matchup allows it. He can really abuse some champions, and then he also has a lot of access to the entire map with his global ultimate. The Grand Skyfall. And at the same time, he can also do that in the jungle. It's just a tiny bit slower. So, yeah. Depends on what the players are comfortable in, depends on what the matchups will look like. Let me properly sit, because, you know, I need to start using my little brain to say some smart things about the draft. Now the Poppy can be support, but I don't see it being picked into Ezreal Karma. But then again, you would be blind picking a top laner, which I'm also not the biggest fan of. I would be a big fan of seeing Anivia Poppy again, if it somehow fits the draft, but we do not see the mid lane, and then Pantheon would be good into the Anivia. So we could look for a mid lane pick as last pick, but at the same time we could look... Okay, that's just BM now though. Picking Jhin against Hinkindu. That's just BM, right? That is just BM. But oh well. I see the vision though. You can play it strong side, but you can also play it weak side. So either way, it's a good pick, I feel like. You can pair it up with a Poppy if needed to. You can pair it up with something else. You can pair it up with Engage. You can pair it up with Enchanter. So yeah, Jhin being really versatile here, so I'm a fan of the pick. I think they're, like, just power level wise, there are maybe some ADCs that are stronger, but they are not as flexible, if that makes sense. And of course you want to bring a little bit of range and a little bit of wave control with some spells against Ezreal Karma. So that is a great one. Now we are banning away some sources of AP damage, while Kanji is banning away Renekton Ornn in a top lane. Yo, no way are we picking a Zeta Rakali here. I dare you. This is so dope. This is a statement in itself. And if we win, it is an even better statement. But it will be an Akali, likely in mid lane, blind picked, to keep this support flex pick open with the Poppy. And that's great, right? But blind picking Akali, man, that's amazing. That takes some guts. But this is what League of Legends is about sometimes, right? And now, it is a blind pick top lane, kinda, because you know it could be the Poppy, depending on the matchup. It could be the Poppy support, so not too sure what we're looking at here. And the Gangplank will be hovered for a while, and it will be a Victor on a blue 4, and it will be a Gnar on blue 5 for a Kanji. And now we can finally decide what we want to do with this last pick, this red 5 pick. Will it be a top laner? Will it be a jungler? And it has been Poppy jungle all along and Wukong top laner. What do I even know? Okay. So, it is a Seraphine support. Now, what am I thinking about this? Ah, dear Mr. Alisram, what am I thinking about this? So, Gnar versus Poppy in top lane, not too much should happen. Should be better than the Shen Ornn matchup, and it's no more... it's like no more champions that warp the draft around them, right? No more Shen that warps the gameplay around himself. No more Skarner that also defies the law of physics and just walks through walls. So it is Gnar Poppy this time, and then Pantheon Wukong. So Pantheon is kind of the new Jarvan for me. He can full clear, but he can also just look for some really cheesy ganks. Maybe you want to try and shut down the Akali really early. So you could look for some ganks into the mid lane. But at the same time, you can also just play the Pantheon game and full clear, but always be a threat. Top lane, kind of hard to gank as long as Poppy has Steadfast Presence up. So that is something to keep in mind. At the same time, if Pantheon just hits level 6, then... yeah, whenever Jhin and Seraphine are pushing out, which is hard but not impossible against Ezreal Karma, then it is kind of a free kill if Pantheon decides to use the ult into the bot lane, and then he can take Dragon out of the kill and stuff like that. Now, we on the other hand, we have Wukong, and basically he can do everything that Pantheon can. He's just a little bit weaker early game, I'd say, and a little bit stronger with items. But we're talking about not a lot here. We're talking about, yeah, it's not really meaningful in any way. He's better at 1v9ing in the late game, but it's a team game, and we have a beautiful combo, so it shouldn't really matter too much. And at the same time, Wukong is... yeah, he has a lot of setup, so he is in a good spot at every single phase of the game. Early game, mid game, late game, super late game, super early game, level 1, level 6, level everything, full item. Wukong is a great pick there. But yeah, mostly me just yapping about two bruisers that are more or less doing the identical thing and probably overthinking everything. Because the real star, of course, will have to be Akali. Maybe all-inning the Victor. Now don't forget, the Victor was the answer into the Akali. But we were expecting a control mage, right? So we banned Talia and Galio. We said ourselves, okay, we are not fine playing against those two picks, and we also banned the Orianna earlier, even though I feel like Orianna would have probably been an okay-ish matchup. And now we also knew that Corki, Renekton, Aurora, you know, this... And I'm not even capping here, Renekton. Some people pick Renekton into Akali, so, you know, don't hate me. Don't hate me for spitting the facts. But yeah, we probably planned for the mid lane to be, again, Aurora was banned, a lot of things were banned. So we planned for it to be Syndra, Victor, or something like that. We probably planned for it to be the Victor, honestly. So that shouldn't be too big of a surprise right there. But yeah, we're in the loading screen. Now, of course, bot lane is also really important. If Jhin gets ahead and Seraphine, they can be a menace to deal with. At the same time, Ezreal can also outrange and outscale really hard. But you know what? We will jump onto the Rift. For game number 2, it is blue side, Kanji Esports Echolo. Chloe in top lane, Zwickle in the jungle, Giannis in mid lane, Vuko and Henkindu on bot lane. And this time on red side for the second game, can they win another one? Or will Kanji make it too hard for them? Foxnyr, Ilanis in the top lane, Fiji in the jungle, Skimia on the Akali in the mid lane, and Omen and Sakura on the bot lane position. Let the games begin and let it be. An interesting one. I feel like with Zwickle on the Pantheon and Fiji on the Wukong, we have some potential for the early game to be interesting. At the same time, I feel like Skimia needs to hit a certain level. But then also Victor is kind of fragile in the early game. So you could be looking for something, right? It's a real possibility. Ooh, hold up. I saw Henkindu taking away the ward there. Map awareness, my friends. Okay, how does Skimia play this one? We really want the ward there. But we can't get it right now. It's an important ward. But yeah, we finally got it down, and now the lens is back up again. Yeah, there's a good reason why that lens was picked so early, because he really wanted bush control. Now Giannis is level 2 in the mid lane. And yeah, even though Skimia looked like Skimia wanted to contest the wave early, that's just not what you can do in a melee versus range matchup. Ilanis knows how it goes. And yeah, so far every single lane no priority. But can Pantheon really do anything with that? I don't know. And Skimia, man, Skimia has none of it. He's basically preparing for a gank right now. Trading in, or just preparing for a solo bolo. And at the same time, Skimia has the sustain lane stuff, right? Let me look at it. Yep, second wind already healed 100 HP, and then Doran's shield as well, and still has a health potion. Oh, Ilanis. Oh, he's trading. Yeah, even though we don't have a lot of prio, our solo laners are still... They are fighting, man. They are looking for some damage. They are looking for some good trades to stabilize the lane as soon as possible. And that's true, we are suffering a little bit in CS, so Ilanis... Again, it's just a matchup, right? We picked the Poppy really early. Ooh, good stuff there. But still, Vuko level 3. So can we really fight this? I don't know. We need to hit level 3 ourselves. We will do so on the Ken minion. Yep, Omen. Hitting level 3 as well, having access to all abilities right now. But Zwickle is going for the scuttle, while Fiji was looking for a backport into topside scuttle instead. Chloe looking for a, well, likely a cheater reset. Maybe for a call or something. Didn't reset after all though. There was probably the call, yo, what if we just look for the action? Because, yeah, Simia can't really follow. And then there's Zwickle, but he's too late to really contest. Oh, now in mid lane, this could be a dangerous one. Zwickle, all 5 stacks ready. Meanwhile on bot lane, oh man, dropping super low. Will not die though, and Sakura also holding on to the heal. A really good discipline there. Chloe says Gnar in top lane. And some might even argue that his Gnar form is the weaker form for the laning phase, because you are not ranged anymore. But of course, every time you are in that form, you will heal a little bit. When you get back out of it, you will have more HP than when you get into it. I don't even think it classifies as a heal. You just get more base stats for healing. And oh man, this mid lane is so intense. Because both still have TP up, but it's a war of attrition, right? Giannis, no more mana at this point. And Skimia plays the Akali, so it works with energy as a resource, you know, the yellow bar instead of the blue bar. Like, how many champs have access to energy? I feel like 6 something, maybe? We just saw one in the last game, that was the Shen. And this game, we see the next one. And Giannis will be the first one to basically, yeah, dictate, hey, I have to go back. Let's take the reset. Ooh, interesting. Bot lane, heavy trading. And again, the gold lead is there just from the CS advantage. Mostly on top lane and bot lane. But it looked the same in the last game, right? And then suddenly the fight started and we had some good fights. Around the objectives, around everything. Buko input buffering there. And now it is a 3 versus 3 on bot lane. Fiji found a good trade and Zwickle left with no more passive stacks. Only has 1 right now. We'll go back to 4. And this is an interesting fight. We have the junglers fight it out on the upper side of this tribush. And then on the bot lane itself, just next to it, we see Omen Sakura trying to keep each other in place so they cannot help. Fishy taking a lot of damage and jumping into the clone with the Warrior's Trickster to make sure he does not eat more damage. And now it is another scaling dragon, as we saw in the first game. Ilanis, man. But he will have a lot of trouble against the Gnar if he wants to kill him, because Chloe opted for the plated steel caps. Can hover over them real quick. Ton of armor, damage from attacks reduced, so that means the buckler that is coded as auto attack will also not deal a ton of damage. So yeah, just going a really defensive route with this first item choice. And Kanji, they are certainly adapting. But honestly, it's also a draft thing, right? So Karma is in the top side. We will get a bot lane plate for it. But the dragon and 3 void grubbies are in the bag for Kanji. And they have to play it like this, right? They are currently... what are they? Mostly ahead in top lane. Everything gold-wise is whatever, kinda even. Yeah, bot lane is also a bit ahead, but... You know... It's just 1 Doran's Blade, it's not too much. Oh, I think, yeah, Sakura can go back there. Beautiful stun. Sadly, the Q missed. Was a bit weird. Now we have a 2-in-2 in mid lane. Can we find a kill there? Giannis will try to get out of there as fast as possible. Skimia getting the escape with the perfect execution. Now flash for flash. Fiji, the Warrior's Trickster, Sakura jumping forward. Level 5, so no ult now. Got level 6 in that fight. But flash heal just to make sure Fiji survives, and Skimia also got out of there. And that has to keep the morale high, right? And that also means Skimia has a lead now. And this also means that Skimia could maybe go on a frenzy and 1v9 that game. Yeah, and Kindu wanted to freeze the wave there, and Omen was like, no, please don't do that. Can I maybe give you an auto attack to, you know, show you the message that you're not supposed to do that, but... What is the bot lane wave doing? Yeah, he has to go back, and yeah, look at the wave. That was, of course, well done by Hinkindu. We can also see Zwickl taking the earned reset there. Ilane is taking a lot of damage from Cluey because he is out of mana and he does not have a teleport up right now just yet, so he will probably stay for 1 or 2 more minutes. Or at least 1 or 2 more waves, or yeah, he just goes back to base. Because he is a way better player than me and he knows, instead of just bleeding, I might as well think about it. It didn't go for the reset after all. Maybe he got reminded, yo, Zwickl does not have the Grand Skyfall already. Again, that's 2 minutes, right? Excuse me, Grand Starfall. Yeah, it's even 2.5 minutes, 150 seconds. So, yeah, of course, Foxnyr, they are tracking the cooldowns there. And I know what is possible. But yeah, Zwickl just showing up. But Fiji is also in top lane. So maybe if there's a dive, they can make something happen. Cluey now. No ult up though. Only the Mega Gnar. Fiji walking in there with the clone. Making sure to protect his top laner. Will drop super low himself. But can they get the kill there? Zwickl will find one. And Elanis instantly wants to abort the mission. Skimia will gladly take the kill there. Use the flash as well. Cluey, meanwhile, also finding the kill onto Elanis. And Buko in this bot lane. Showing us his fancy feet and his ballet shoes. Woo! Tough one. Tough one. Man, Hankinder with the move speed. Also has the ballet shoes on. And I just looked at the map in awe. Saw Poppy and Akali teleporting back to lane. But can we stop the bleeding? Are we even bleeding? I mean, yeah, we are bleeding. Meanwhile, yeah, it's just his current support mid, alright. Hankindu level 6 is like, oh hello good sir. And it's a level 10 Akali. Fiji, he wants to look for something. Really good charm by Sakura. Zwickl will not get out of this one. Skimia and Fiji, they are kinda low. And Giannis dealing so much damage there. Skimia could maybe get out of this one. Knows that he will probably not. But he wants to get the setup done for his teammates. And Sakura, the only survivor to tell about this tale. And meanwhile, both ADCs were in bot lane, also having a good fight, as I can see. Buko staying. You know, he is kind of low on mana. It's not really true when you look at it, because let's check it out. Yeah, his entire bar is basically 1269 noise, by the way. So, you know, even though it looked like he only had like a 4 for something, it was still enough for a few mystic shots, a few combos and everything. And interestingly enough, we might look for a kill onto Giannis there. Oh, we're trying to find something. Henkindu also there. The emote game on point from Giannis. Yeah, Sakura flashing forward. Zwickl on the dragon, that's 2 dragons. Fiji getting away there, not getting rooted, now jumping in, knocking up. We can instantly see Henkindu explode there. And also look at the 4th shot, not dealing too much damage because Buko is still full life now. Meanwhile in top lane, Kluy, he wants this top lane turret. He is in mega form, and Elanis cannot really do anything against it. Gnor just a really strong champion right now, and with those double buffs, yeah, no escape there. Even using the ultimate, but using it too late. But yeah, if Elanis had used it any earlier, then Kluy still had the movement speed buff. So yeah, that's just a tough one. Now, you know, back in my day at 14 minutes, Rift Herald would spawn, but that's not Modern League anymore, am I right? Yeah. So there's still a timer for the last Void Grub to be taken. Oh, Sakura, they are in a 2 versus 1, just trying to move around it. Giannis has to dodge everything though, has to deal so much damage as well. The root will connect though. Sakura could not really cast the ult. They did not have the damage. Because Giannis is some sort of beast right now. I mean, Skimia is also a beast, but those solo laners in the mid lane, so strong right now. They did get some cooldowns out of Giannis, so basically the Arcane Storm. And now we can see one of the weaknesses from Skimia, right? You don't have a lot of wave clear. I mean, in theory you have the 5-point strike, but it's still really hard to get in there and not just give up a large portion of your health. But still, if this was a game 1, I would probably be like, yeah, you know, Kanji looking good, looking strong, yada yada. But we saw how we played, even with a deficit. Like, top lane is in a huge deficit, for example. I mean, yeah, 2,500 gold at this point, that is huge. Jungle kinda even, mid lane kinda even. And then bot lane also a bit behind. Oh, Pantheon jumping in there. We get a huge charm though, but we just don't have the manpower here right now, and we do not have the gold right now. Maybe we can try to kill Kluy with the good hammer, but Elanis wanted a bit too much there. Kluy has Mega ready and will be forced to go into Mega Gnor. Oh, Skimia, are you looking for something? It would be the time to look for something. We'll get stunned, we'll be in the Arcane Storm. So much for resources being used. Arcane Storm will be gone, and now Herald has also spawned and will be currently taken by Zwickle. Oh, Henkindu and Fishy. Man, the control from Giannis here on the Victor is just massive. They try to do something. Turret shot will hit though. The 4th shot will not connect from Omen. Because Giannis and Henkindu, they just have so many movement speed buffs in their kit. Really noticeable to dodge those skill shots. And now Omen will be stunned even. They are going kinda all in, if that makes sense, because they are investing so many players into this bot lane. They need that kill onto Giannis, but they don't get it. And meanwhile, Buko is wreaking havoc in the mid lane. And at the same time, the same thing is true for top lane. Well, we had no timers on, they are back right now. So excuse me for that. We can see the dragon spawning in 30. And it will be a mountain dragon. That is a great one to have, of course. And I feel like the game is slowly but surely slipping away. Just a harsh reality right now. Even though in the first game we had some amazing fights, even from being slightly behind, we are not slightly behind anymore. We are lacking some serious items. And Skimia using the flash to get away, but that's not what you want to use it for. Yeah, the hammer as well, but only being used to not die. But instead we would really want to take this dragon, we would want to fight it, but we just can't. We need an insane setup there, and Buko can just do whatever he feels like, as you can see. Botlane turret will also be destroyed by Giannis and Chloe there. They are taking the wave, they are taking the turret. And they are also on a 6,000 gold lead here. And again, we played from a lead, yeah, basically from a deficit compared to Kanji's lead in the first game. But that was only like 3,000 gold in. And right now we are behind 6,000 gold, but at the same time, one good engage, one good wombo combo. All our ults are up except for the Poppy ult right now. Same is true for Kanji. The clone being vital there to get away. Can we maybe find a pick there? Giannis will finally die to Omen. Great pick up there, the Chaos Storm. Or, excuse me, Arcane Storm, as it is known right now. Still wreaking havoc. Now Skimia jumping in, Fishy jumping in, and Kindu dropping low. Fishy will die. Skimia has to use the second perfect execution to get out of there. Now Pantheon jumping over the wall, jumping in there. Zwickle doing the grand Starfall justice. Oh, Buko, he jumps forward. The redemption for the heal. You can still do that even when you are dead. And Sakura used it perfectly, but still. Just not enough. Not enough items. Not enough map control. Not enough anything at this point. Not enough dragons. Not enough objectives in the early game. But I personally feel like even if we lose that one, we did get a beautiful first game, and we have shown that we can beat Kanji. But now on this red side, I don't know, like, the Akali is looking good, but at the same time, even though Skimia is 3-1-3, those fights are just so tough, and having to use the mobility to get out of there instead of getting in, it just hurts, right? Because even though Giannis is technically in gold, he is a bit behind. Or he's even at this point because of turrets and everything, I see. He just has so much impact, right? He can die and then the Arcane Storm will still just be so annoying. Now Atakan will be taken. And again, I respect our team's decision here. We cannot really contest that one. So might as well get some shutdown gold. Get a turret in the side lane. Having Fishy there to cover Skimia just in case. Without showing himself though, that is a good jungling right there. Good macro. Instead of, you know, trying to steal it, dying, weird stuff like that. Playing it safe. But yeah, we are seeing the pings onto the Mountain Dragon. That one will spawn in 2 minutes and a few seconds. And we have to do something. I feel like we cannot give away that soul. We could give away the Atakan, yeah, sure. But we cannot give away the soul. We simply cannot. Well, maybe Foxnyr knows more than me. Oh god, Sakura could be in danger here. Because Pantheon, yep, just spawned on top of our support player. And there was no way out. T1 emote, even a golden one. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Well done, Giannis. Getting out of the situation. Yeah, that's what I mean, right? You can jump in, you can go side lane, but if you are behind like that, it's so tough to do any of it. Throwing away the wave and ignore. Good stuff again. I like it, so you only have to defend the mid lane turrets. That is one way to use the Poppy Hammer. Now, as always, I will hover over it and check. It basically has a cooldown of 3 waves, so they have to properly defend 2 waves, and then they can use it on the 3rd wave again. But it will also mean that it will be up just in time for the dragon if the fight is on dragon spawn and not a teeny tiny bit earlier. Okay, so what are we doing right now? Skimia should maybe try to shove out one more wave on top lane, but then has to face the Gnar, so that is annoying because Cluey is a beast as well with 2 items, Triforce and the Cleaver. Yeah, we can't really get in there. They have so much range, so even though on paper the Akali is so huge, the composition from Kanji is just bigger and better. So much chip damage. Fiji forced to flash even, and that is always before the fight begins. We cannot get a proper fight, and this is annoying me even though I'm not the one playing. Like, you want to go in there, you know, you have to go in there. Somehow. But at the same time, you just can't. Cluey poking on range. Zwickel will stun you if you jump in. Giannis, we don't even have to talk about the kid from Victor. And now we finally have to go in there. Dragon is at 6k right now. We will look for the engage. Giannis will get the first blood there in this fight. Skimia can find one, but will instantly be traded out. And Ilanis also no shot at surviving this one. And Omen, well, you are the last one alive, which is great as an ADC, of course. But double kill and no hope for us to ever win a team fight there. But that's the thing. If you are behind, you can also not properly split push. Because Cluey is just a beast, and if he was not before this fight, well, now with the Mountain Soul and with the Baron Nashor buff, he will be unstoppable in a side lane in a 1v1. So that means we also cannot play the 1-3-1 split that you usually would like to do with a comp like this one. So yeah. But still, guys, being honest here, Kanji has only been defeated once so far and they have 5 victories, so to defeat them once as well and being half of their defeats so far in this group, that's pretty good if you ask me. And in this game here, yeah, I would like to hype everybody up. I would like to say that Foxnyr can still win this one, but it's super hard and, well, basically impossible at this point. We have great scaling as well with the Seraphine. Like, she's really strong in the late game, yes. Soft Life Wukong and Poppy, I talked about it, they can also scale really well, but Skimia, I mean, again, Akali on paper scales really well too, but man, with all this peel, you know, having to play around all those tools that Kanji has just looks impossible. Look at it, Skimia wants to go in there, will go in there, but has to use so much to just not die, will die after all. Meanwhile in top lane, Cluey is unstoppable, the fight goes on in bot lane, the charm was massive, but if the CC connects and you just don't have the damage, well, what is it good for? Because Skimia was already dead. And in top lane, Cluey just keeps on wrecking Ilanis and the inhib as well. Now Pantheon feels like joining into this fight, into the enemy base. Omen will almost get executed by the spear from Zwickel. And this is basically the first game in reverse. This is Kanji looking really strong, having Nashor, having Dragon Soul, having all the inhibs, and having so many minions here. I don't think we can do too much. So we have to give a warm GG well played to Kanji. But also GG well played to Foxnyr. Going 1-1 overall in today's game is nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, the GGs were also in the chat. And I don't even know how happy the players are with this result. I will check in real quick if somebody of them wants to do an interview. So I'm gonna ask if they feel like talking a little bit to the fans, but honestly, I feel like the game itself was statement enough as well. Yeah, first game really solid. Second game, yeah. I feel like we got a bit outdrafted there. Every single lane had no prio. So it's really tough to play like that, right? without any priorities. You will always have wards on your jungle camps and deep in your jungle because, well, you're not pushing out, so the enemy team is free to do just that. Ward everything. So not too much we can do. I can turn up the heat and the light if you feel like it. While we are waiting. But until then, yeah, getting no response. So honestly, as I said, I'm not too unhappy with the set of today. I hope it gives our players some hope that they can win against anyone, because they have shown just that. Let me check the group because we will have, yeah, the face-off against Bobo in a week, and then the face-off against SVV, or SVW, there we go, in 2 weeks. Maybe the matches will be moved around time-wise, so if you don't want to miss it, then make sure to follow the socials that are linked, like all down over there. And yeah, I just got a confirmation that our players do not want to give an interview right now, which is understandable, of course. But still, we got an important win today, and I'm sure we can get some more against Bobos and against SVW Esports, excuse me, Esport main. So guys, until then, have a good time. Happy monster hunting if you're also on the hype train. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Had to go stupid. Hey.